awakening happily from a nightmare which is already fading from your memories. July 12, 2013. When humanity awakens into reality, as it cannot avoid doing, it will experience an environment so completely different from the one to which it is accustomed that it will be, to put it plainly, quite mind-blowing for you all. The moment of awakening is something you have been praying and hoping for in every one of your earth lifetimes, something towards which you have been steadily working since the moment of apparent separation from your Heavenly Father. At the center of your being you have always known that this was to be the lifetime in which your awakening would come to pass. Consequently, many of you are now feeling itchy, impatient, fretful, even agitated, as you await the completion of your awakening process. These feelings do drive and guide your steadfast determination to awaken, and although uncomfortable for you, they tend to keep you on course for your destination. So instead of getting upset, give thanks for them because they open you up to accepting the need for major changes in your understanding of how to live in harmony with each other and your beautiful planet, and they help you to engage in bringing them about. It is a little like being shaken out of your old familiar ruts when new bumps and obstacles make the going rough, and so you do the necessary road repairs to make the way smooth once more. Do not fight your fretful feelings or attempt to suppress them. Just let them flow and they will pass. Otherwise they engage your attention unduly, and the intent to be loving, your energy engine, slips out of gear and progress ceases, as you engage instead with anger or frustration, allowing the engine to race and overheat. Many of you are experiencing frustration at present because so much has been promised and very little seems to be materializing. This lack of visible progress is due, naturally, to the limitations that the illusion supports and which you accept. You are presently in the process of disengaging from the illusion and all those limitations. Most of you have railed against limitations all your lives, from infancy through childhood, school, workplace, family, and society. You can't do this, you mustn't do that, endlessly restricting your freedom. But of course you did buy into it because it can be very convenient to have restraints placed on others so that they cannot interfere with or disturb you. And all these rules and restrictions are based on fear and lack of trust of your fellow man, your divine and eternal brothers and sisters, which have proved time and time again to be valid attitudes, valid concerns in a dangerous and unpredictable world. Without them chaos would undoubtedly ensue. Now you are in the process of unhitching and disentangling yourselves from these ancient harnesses of mistrust and fear which seem to have controlled and reigned you in so unfairly for so long. But nothing is really unfair, because you all, every single one of you, did choose to engage with and be part of the illusion. Having made the collective decision to awaken, all those apparently essential and protective attitudes need to be jettisoned. Love has to replace fear, and for it to do so, you have to open your hearts and allow yourselves to think, speak, and act lovingly. Fear holds you back. But it seems insane to trust when it appears from your own personal experience that no one you know can be truly trusted. Sometimes trusted, yes, perhaps, but always? No way. That is the biggest block to your awakening, and believe it or not, you are making enormous progress in releasing it. I think every one of you has, in the last few years, and certainly in the last few months, been agreeably surprised when a stranger, for no apparent or obvious reason, unexpectedly treated you kindly, possibly in a situation where anger would normally have occurred. Recall as many of those occasions as you can, however small and insignificant they may have seemed at the time, and use them as reminders to yourselves that amazing changes are happening all over the world. You are so accustomed to focusing on the negative, the dark, that to change your perception is difficult, but you can and must do it. And you will, because deep within yourselves you are love incarnate, and it is how you are changing the world. As you change your focus from the negative to the positive, your perception also changes, and instead of seeing threats and enemies everywhere, you see people like yourselves, occasionally fearful and anxious but nevertheless making the decision, the choice to be loving, more and more frequently. You, every one of you, are changing the world one person at a time, And because so many of you are doing it, the changes are occurring thick and fast all across the world. Success is inevitable, so let go and be yourselves, loving, inspiring, and delightful children of God, awakening happily from a nightmare which is already fading from your memories. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com